Good afternoon, my fellow Malaysians. This is Dr. K.N. Singh again. And I don't know if many of you have received this notification, this notification from the government for another census, and I'm sure most of you would have got it wherever you are. Now, the first impression we get when you get something like this is there going to be another election soon? Looks like it's most likely probable that there will be another election quite soon, and we will have to think very carefully what we Malaysians are going to do, and we are the ones who choose our leaders, so be careful, choose very carefully, and make sure you take people who have integrity and people who will do something for the country. I was reading the Swedish member of parliament example where they are paid something like $4,000 a month. They have to take bus, they have to take trains, they have only 3 cars in the whole parliament for VIP use and for foreign dignitary use, and everybody behaves as normal. They have no secretaries, they do everything themselves, they cannot increase their own salaries themselves. They're only paid for 2 years until they get another job after they finish their member of parliament stint, and there's no life payment like Malaysia. But unfortunately, all our money here is being drained by politicians, so we will have to choose very, very carefully who we choose for the next government. We all have categorically rejected UMNO and PAS, and somehow or other they have managed to come back through the back door, and funnily enough, the way they came back is quite legal according to our constitution, but unfortunately it is totally immoral because all these parties were thrown out of government and found their way back door in. And I hear rumors where UMNO claims that because they have the most number in the government, one of their people should be the Prime Minister, not Tan Sri Muhyiddin. Anyway, this is just the greed to come back and start milking the government again. The poor are suffering terribly, terribly. Now, I would urge all of you, when you get these cards, to go and fill them, get everything done, and one wonders whether these cards are very specific, how many in the family and what race and what religion you are. Now, they could be used in many ways. They could be used like the previous government did to gerrymander the boundaries and make sure that the constitution boundaries are changed to reflect one particular race, which will give them advantage, marginal advantage. Well, all these things we can't really do too much about, except be careful and make sure that we vote for the right people at the right time. We have many people of integrity, many people. I can pick a few. I can pick Rafizi, I can pick Siti Kasim, I can pick many more who have tremendous integrity and who are willing, even people like Ali, and these people have brains, and they they have seen the politics of this country, and I think it is time they want to go and contribute. But the problem is, they need a party to help, and they need to be asked to contribute, because these people will not come and say, I want to stand. They will not tell you that. Nobody will tell you, I want to stand, because trust me, it is a dirty job. There's a lot of mudslinging. It is honestly not worth it at the end of the day, and the person who pays the highest price is probably your family. But, it has to be done. It has to be done. Look at our neighbor now. They're going through times, and the fact that we have managed to topple the government, they feel they can do it too if they need to. But their government is relatively clean, and they have had a good share, and I don't think the government will lose, but nevertheless, that is the people's decision, like us. Now, we have had governments so far that have only thought of themselves and their descendants and how they can make money. They have not thought of the people. All those things that their promises, a lot of them they've renegated. Some of them have become, members of parliament and then become arrogant and will not, it's so difficult to even make an appointment with them. And all the time before the election, we were having kopi tare with them all the time, te tare. But, times change, people change, and the power changes people tremendously. It really changes people tremendously. Again, all of you, look into these cards, look into them and see what you need to do. And for heaven's sake, all of you, please submit them, because we need to know the numbers. And if they are going to be used for gerrymandering, nothing really we can do as people, because that, the government has to decide. And if the government has other ideas, well, we know they have other ideas, and we'll have to do something about it to make sure that the next government is transparent. And I urge all of you, like I did before, please talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to everybody else, tell them that our country is our responsibility. We have to do something about it. We have to make sure that we get the right people with integrity and people who can serve to run the government, and perhaps then we have a hope. Okay guys, until the next time, thank you very much. God bless Malaysia, and let's hope that in July, when the parliament meets, we have some good news where the elected government can possibly come back. And as I say again, if there is unity between the Amana, between the PKR, and between the DAP, just these three parties together, if they work together for a common good, can win the next election and any election. You do not need Tun Mahathir, you do not need the UMNO and PAS can do what they like, but I think people are fed up, absolutely fed up. And everybody's telling me, some people tell me that the Malays will only vote for the Malays. That is not true. Malays have brains. Please don't underestimate them. And I think 60% of the Malays are now urbanized, and they can see what's going on. They are not, as you think, they are not blindly faithful. Okay, they are faithful to their religion, which they should be, but this election has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with race. It has to do with your country. It has to do with your future. It has to do with the future of your children and grandchildren. It is in your hands. Please don't sell their future. Thank you, and I'll see you again. Bye for now.